Today I am out in the bee yard and I'm going to go through this hive really quick. I'm going to make a split out of it, but I don't know whether I'm going to find mated queens, virgin queens, queen cells. I have no idea what's going on in here. This is the first time I've been in this hive this year, so I'm going to scrape off some of the scrap comb from last year. There's probably a little bit of drone brood there, but getting rid of drone brood isn't always bad because varroa mites prefer that drone brood. I'm going to go through frame by frame, and there are queen cells in here. There's actually quite a few, so I'm going to crush some of these. I don't want a whole bunch of queen cells. Hey look, there's some pollen, there's some eggs. That's a good little frame if I needed to remake a queen cell, but I don't because I have a bunch. Let's keep going through here and looking for that queen. I don't want to split this and move queen cells with the actual queen if she's still in this hive. This hive is definitely ready to split and swarm on its own because there's a ton of drones going on in here. There's also a fair amount of honey stored in the top from this year, it looks like. It's pretty fresh looking wax anyways. It's nice and white, like they just capped some of this over. So the queen's not up top here, so I'm going to break this box off, set it on top of my hive cover so I don't have to set it on the grass and get a whole bunch of grass and debris up in there. And then I'm going to look in this second medium super here. As I'm going through, some of these foundations are blank, and some of them are just drawn right out and packed. It's a hodgepodge of a mess going on. Hey look, there's an awesome queen cell, so I'm going to keep that and keep going through this box. I want to keep that queen cell because it looks really good. I'm going to put it down inside here. That way, if I do make a split, I know I've got a good viable queen cell that's not going to get crushed super easy. Some of these have queen cells on the bottom of the frames that are automatically getting destroyed as I pull the frames out, so I've got to be super careful going through here. Lots and lots of bees, no queen yet, so I'm going to keep giving them a little smoke and keep going through this hive. My smoker's almost out of fuel, so that's going to be a problem, so I've got to speed this up a little bit. What do I use for smoker fuel? I use dried grass from my yard after I mow because it's free and plentiful and it's easy to dry if I just mow it over it in a hot sunny day. Keep mowing back and forth over it every couple of hours and it's free smoker fuel. So now that I know the queen is not in these top two boxes and I have a really good queen cell, I'm going to move the bottom box that ideally has the queen in it already. If not, that looked like there's plenty of brood down there with some fresh eggs, they're going to make a queen. But I'm pretty confident that queen's still in there. I'm going to leave these two boxes here, and hopefully the bees think that they swarmed with that queen. And in just a few days, this queen cell should hatch, and I should have a whole new hive right here. When I stand a brick up like that, that means that there's a queen cell with no queen in that hive. Bricks laying down flat facing forward and backwards mean that there is a queen that is viable. And if it's laying flat and sideways, that usually means that there's a virgin queen that I'm waiting on in there. Look at all those bees. They just keep coming back to the surface. This hive is absolutely packed, and they're actually fanning, trying to spread out that queen pheromone to draw in the other bees. That's how I know that that queen's down in there. And I slide this extra box on so they have a little bit more space.